Dr. Kyle Buth here at Elevate Sports Performance and Chiropractic, and this is our last installment of exercises for the Office Olympian program. So we're going to start out with something that reverses a seated posture again. So if we are seated like this all day, we can tend to lose posture here and just kind of get into what's called lumbar flexion. So we're going to reverse that. We're going to get into lumbar extension. So we're going to stand up nice and tall. We're going to put our hands in the small of our low back here. Right above the dimples is usually where we like to put the support of our hands. We're going to stand nice and tall, and we're going to gently extend and sink into it. And we're going to do this for reps. So we're going to go for around 10 to 12 reps at a time, and just gently go into it and come back out. Gently go in and come back out. And then next we're going to get into what's called a hinge, but we're also going to be working on activating our hip musculature. So we can keep our hands in that same position. And what this does is it cues us to keep our shoulders back as opposed to rounding forward. So stand here, grab your hands behind your back, and then what we're going to do is we're going to push our hips back. Push back, 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 back. Notice that my back does not change, so I'm not rounding, and I'm not going into really, really hard, what's called extension. So again, push the hips back, and then we're coming all the way back up to that standing position. And imagine that there's a penny between your cheeks, and you're really trying to clamp down onto it. So that's really going to start working our glutes. So squeeze really hard, come back out. Squeeze really hard, and come back out. The next exercise, this was again, so that was just pure hip extension. We're looking for hip extension and rotation in this exercise. So we will be coming up with one leg. If we need to use a brace or something to help us balance, grab a chair, grab anything that you can keep the hand that's in correlation with the leg that's supporting. We're going to be up, and we're going to rotate out. We should feel a big squeeze on the outside portion of our hip and glute here. So up and squeeze out, hold, and come back down. So we don't need any equipment for that one either. And then the last one, we're working on those ankles to really free up our ankles because we're not doing too much when we're seated behind the desk, right? So we're going to be here, we're going to stand up nice and tall. We're going to grab underneath the knee, and then we're going to support it with our opposite hand, so almost like a little figure four here. And then we're going to get into big ankle circles. So first, toe is going to come up, toe is going to go out as much as you can, and then we're going to go draw the biggest circle we can with our foot. Try not to skip the hard parts. So a lot of people will kind of skip really fast through the hard spots. That's where I want you to slow down. Slow it all the way down and get through that full range of motion. So over these last 3 weeks, we've installed a lot of exercises, but the most important part of this is consistency and being able to do this. So next week, we're going to go over a plan on how to implement all of these things. Don't miss it. And until then, keep practicing.